Russell, and I have a visual impairment called FEVR, or familial exudative retinopathy for sure, or yeah, if you want to do it the long way. And I can look far away, and far away is like blobs. I can't really see anything. It's just like blobs and blurry. But I can see shapes and light and colors and stuff like that.
I can't see out of the corners of my eyes, and I can't see with my right eye. I can if I adjust my eyes. Most of my vision.
My first job after university was working at a school for the blind in England, and it was the first time that I worked with children who are blind, and I loved it. So when I came back to Canada, I was looking for an equivalent job here, but of course there wasn't one because there are no schools for the blind in BC. And I thought it would be really cool to start an organization for blind children that would sort of have some of the advantages of a school for the blind, where the kids would get to see each other on a somewhat regular basis. There are approximately 1,000 children across BC that are blind or visually impaired, so it's not a very big number, and often a child may be the only one in their community, so it can be quite isolating for a family. So one of the things that Blind Beginnings does is connect families with each other. We have a parent-to-parent support program where we train experienced parents to support parents that are new to raising a blind child. We have a youth leadership network where we train youth who are visually impaired to support younger children. And we just try to bring families together as often as possible so they can meet each other and support each other, because we really feel that families offer the best support to new families.
I'm Peter Moroney. I'm the past president of Blind Beginnings. I was part of the founding board, the group of us that got together, that were asked by Shawn to participate in founding Blind Beginnings. Well, my daughter Alethea was born blind. We didn't realize it until about the third day, and shortly after that we made a connection with Shawn Marsolais, and she really kind of exemplified, I think, the attitude that we really needed at the time in terms of her kind of positive attitude toward blindness. Part of the goal of Blind Beginnings, of course, is to really help each child achieve their full potential. And we really wanted to see that that was a possibility and help people see that that's a possibility for their children. There are other organizations that serve the needs of the blind community and the visually impaired community, but Blind Beginnings focuses on children and youth.
Blind Beginnings has a no limits philosophy, and we try to make that come across in all of our programs. So everybody has limits, but often when you have a disability, people decide those limits for you, and often they're wrong. So we believe that everybody should have the power to choose their limits for themselves, and we really push children to go beyond what they think they can do, and parents too, to encourage their children. And hopefully these kids are going to go much farther than they might have with the no limits philosophy.
The goal is not to make blindness the defining barrier for a child, and to allow that child to develop, given their strengths and weaknesses, their personality, their attitude, their aptitudes. It's to give them a chance to develop in a way that really every other child has the right to do.
Grading Confidence workshops were designed to bring children and youth with visual impairments together to talk about the issues surrounding growing up with vision loss. One of the key skills that we want these children to have is to be able to identify their visual impairment and to talk fluidly and comfortably about it. Because one of the things that they will be asked throughout their lives are, why can't you see, or what is your visual impairment?
Tonight the kids have to do a presentation, and it's as if they were presenting to their class at school. So we get them to practice talking about what their eye condition is, what they can see, what special equipment they use, and sort of so they can practice this, and hopefully they will do it in their actual school environment at some time.
It's a show and tell of them and all the wonderful things that they do.
Being visually impaired, you need a couple of things. You can't read print, so you use something called Braille.
I also use this magnifier. I use it usually on a daily basis. It's so important to me.
This is my Braille note right here, and it can do really cool things like email, and I can play games and fun things on it. And they're all little dots in different shapes,
Like a dot pointing to the left and a dot pointing to the right is an E or something. This is my cane. His name is Radar. I don't know where I'd be without it. This is my hand.
So the Creating Confidence workshop is for children to develop social skills, learn about some of the nonverbal communication that takes place in sighted communication. So we teach body language, we talk about facial expressions and gestures. We also talk about how to make people comfortable with blindness, and we talk to the kids about some of the misconceptions out there, and help them to become more comfortable with their visual impairment so they can sort of put other people at ease as well. Our community discovery program basically takes families to different places in the community to teach blind children concepts about the world. So for a blind child, something like rock climbing doesn't really have a lot of meaning if you talk about it or describe it or explain it. They might even not really understand what a rock face is. So the best way that they can really understand is to actually climb that rock themselves.
We do the same things that sighted children do, that any parent would take a sighted child to do. So the pumpkin patch, or they'll ride the Canada Line out to the airport. They will do skating, of course.
We really feel that blindness is something that comes to the whole family, so we support the parents through our parent-to-parent support program. We support the children with a visual impairment in all of our activities and programs, but we also want to bring the siblings in so they can meet other siblings, because that is a rare occurrence as well, and also so they can learn how to adapt activities so they can better play with their blind brother or sister.
Blind Beginnings is important for so many reasons, but I think the biggest, the thing I would highlight most would be Blind Beginnings' ability to bring families together.
The majority of our families live in the Lower Mainland currently, and we really do want to expand outside of the Lower Mainland, because blindness is probably way more isolating in rural BC. So it's going to take more funding in order for us to do that.
She's getting a lot stronger at advocating for herself. I've noticed a big self-security feeling. She's comfortable in her own skin.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a real breakthrough.
My daughter is here tonight because this year's been a really hard year for her. She has really lost all her confidence. Well, she was losing all her confidence going into grade 6, and I was getting really worried about her. So I heard about this Creating Confidence workshop with Blind Beginnings, and I thought it would be a really good idea for her to go to it. And she's been in it for the last 3 weeks now, and I do see a real big difference in her change in building confidence, and it's nice to see.
I think it's a really good workshop just because it really has helped me build confidence, and I also really like it because I get to know other visually impaired people, and it's just really good.
Oh, if we had more money, well, we would be able to offer all of our programs all of the time in all of the province. And we would see children who are blind across BC striving and reaching their potential.
She has confidence. Yeah. That's a big difference. I was surprised. Yeah.
Time to go, everybody! Time to go!
I see differently. Let me show you how I see. There's no limit stopping me. I see differently. A gift came to our family. A child who couldn't see. The first thing